Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all. Today we'll be talking about our new chapter, which is about science biology, the human skeleton 2.1. So let's start learning. So this will be our book for this week, Complete Biology for Cambridge Lower Secondary. So this is going to be our book and this is the main page of the book. You may buy it with the links given below in my video. Okay, so we'll be talking about the skeleton. Your skeleton supports your body and helps you to move. It also protects delicate organs including your brain, heart, and lungs. So there are three delicate organs which our skeleton protects: the brain, the heart, and the lungs. Your skull surrounds your brain. Our brain is surrounded and protected by the skull. A strong vertical column called your backbone holds up your head. This backbone is made up of a stack of smaller bones called vertebrae. So there's a strong column behind your back, which is known as the backbone, and it holds your head in a straight position. And this backbone is made up of smaller bones, and those smaller bones are also known as vertebrae. A thick bundle of nerves called your spinal cord runs down your back. Inside the backbone, there are a thick bundle of nerves which are running down our back. It is connecting your brain to the rest of your body. So the nerves are connecting it to the rest of our body, including the brain. The vertebra form a strong cage around the core to protect it from damage. So the vertebra is in a strong cage and protects anything coming in it from damage. A bigger cage made of rib bones supports and protects your heart and lungs. So the cage of the backbone and the rib cage protects our heart and lungs. Now over here, let's learn about the human skeleton. Now as you can see over here, this will be the skull. The skull protects our brain from inside. These are the shoulder blades, and this is the rib cage. This huge thing is the rib cage. This thing. This is only the rib cage. And as you can see, I will erase it and show to you. This is the rib cage. The heart is over here and the lungs are over here. The heart is placed beneath your right lung. Now over here, this is the spinal cord, and these are the vertebrae which make this backbone, the spinal cord. Now backbone is also known as spinal cord, so there's no difference in it. It's the other opposite name of it. Backbone, why they kept the name backbone, is because it's at the back of our bone. It's a bone and it is back of our body. And spinal cord means that it's made of vertebrae and it's together made as a long, huge bone. So hip bone. Over here is the hip bone, and this is the leg. This is the arm, and this is the skull. Now over here, as you can see, I have marked them. Now we'll be talking about movement. Movement is when the living organisms moves a body part or parts to bring without change in position of organisms. So movement actually happens when we move our body, but we move in such delicate and in such a good manner that our bones do not move, or they do not break. Our bones don't break, otherwise that would be dangerous. Locomotion is when the movement of a part of the body leads to the change in movement, position, and location of the organism. So locomotion happens when our body is in a lead of position and its location changes over time with the movement. So movement is seen in both vertebrates and invertebrates. Example, vertebrates, humans, which have bones and we move. Humans have bones and we move. Invertebrates, example, a jellyfish, not the jelly we eat, the jellyfish which swims in the sea, has no bones, but it still moves. Another example of invertebrates, a cockroach. A cockroach which has no bones, still moves. So movement is shown in both, even if they have bones or not. So movement is shown in both vertebrates and invertebrates. Now movement, Now let's learn more about facts about movements. Wherever two bones meet or join, there is a joint. A joint is where two bones are connected. As you can see in the previous slide over here, these two bones are joined. The leg and the other leg are joined. By what? You may ask, by what? This is known as a joint. The joint connects both of the bones together. Now over here, these make your skeleton flexible so you can move. So it makes it flexible so we can move. When our joints move, it means we're moving, we're walking. A ball and a socket joint is in your hips. Lets your legs move in every direction. So over here, these are the ball and socket joints. And these ones, which help you to move. When you move, your hip joints are contracting and are moving continuously. Okay? Then you also bend your legs using the hinge joint in each knee. Your arms use similar joints to swirl around or bend. So the hinge joint is in our knee. Example I just told you right now. This is the hinge joint, which connects two bones together. And this is the arm joint, which connects two bones together in our arm. Now we'll be learning about the next one. What is inside joints? Now this might be a question coming to you and your brain right now. What is inside the joints? So let's learn what is inside the joints. Bones move smoothly against each other inside joints because joints are slippery inside. So how do they move smoothly against each other? That must be a question. How? H-O-W. How? And then joints are slippery inside. Why? Why are they slippery inside? That might be a question as well. Two things make them like this. So the first question's answer comes over here, and the second one comes over here. Now, as you can see, there is a smooth cushion of cartilage over the end of each bone. So if this is the bone, there is a small cartilage, a small cushion, and it is soft. It is soft over here, and it's cartilage at the end of each bone. So the thing which is at the end of our bone is known as a cartilage. Okay? Most joints are full of slippery liquid called synovial fluid. So here's another point. There's a slippery liquid inside our joints. But why is there synovial fluid? It's called the synovial fluid. And it's very important. The humans which are born without synovial fluid can have very major problems in moving. They get severe pain in their joints, and because the synovial fluid is disappearing. There's a disease which we will learn in the next slide, that why it causes synovial fluid to disappear. And what's the name of that disease? Now ligaments hold bones together but stretch just enough to let them move. So ligaments hold the bones together but they move enough that we can move. They stretch enough that we can move. Okay? Now over here I have added a picture to explain. Now the hip bone is over here. The whole white part is over here, the hip bone. Then this is the hip joints. Then these are the cartilage, the green things are the cartilage. The fluid is placed inside the cartilage, and the ligaments are the blue ones, which stretch enough to let the bone move. Okay? Then this is the tendon, the muscle. The tendon is a part which connects the muscles and the bones to each other. Then the kneecap is over here, and the fluid, the pink fluid, is over here. And then the cartilage is the green one, and the fluid is placed inside it. And then the ligaments are over here, which let enough to stretch. Now let's learn about the next one, which is about joint pains. As I told you earlier, there are many severe joint pains and why they happen. Let's give an example with this athlete. This athlete, we can call him Mr. Banana. Okay? So Mr. Banana actually has some pain in his joints and shoulders. Okay? So he has a different type of diseases. There are different diseases which help or which severe cause a different type of disease inside your pain and your muscle and your joints. So these joint pains are known as sprain. When your ligaments are damaged and they don't work that properly, it's known as a sprain. So the disease is known as a sprain. And then if the disease which causes our synovial fluid to disappear is known as arthritis? Arthritis is this type of a disease which helps the synovial fluid disappear. So Mr. Banana is not having enough synovial fluid and has a sprain and the disease arthritis, both at the same time. Mostly because footballers injure their joints. How do they injure? Because when they're moving, they move in every direction and they keep changing direction after every 2 seconds. That's why these joint pains start to occur in their bodies and in their joints. So it's very painful for them to move. Now here are some question and answers for geniuses. I hope you're a genius and you can solve these 7 questions in the comments given below. So make any question, write any question and its answer, and then you'll become a genius. Now guys, let's learn what we have learned today in our entire period. Now, what you have learned. So Mr. Scientist will be explaining us. Example me as well. A skeleton provides support and protection. So these are the 2 main points. The joints between bones let you move. Okay? These are the 2 main points and the summary of the entire slide I showed you earlier. These are important things. Without them, you won't be understanding our skeleton. Okay? So guys, thank you for listening to my lecture and I hope you enjoyed it. And guys, here's a small favor. Just don't forget to like my video, click that little bell button and smash that subscribe button. Okay? Just don't forget to subscribe the button. Bye guys. Enjoy your day.